Brian Doosan for Ottawa Business Journal. What to do with all this snow? Well, in 2022, the youth of Ontario will show us how to make the best of winter when they invade Renfrew County. Mark Brew is one of the organizers of the games, and he tells us the eager competitors hope to strut their stuff in winning style.
So, Mark, what is it that Renfrew County is qualified for?
Well, we're extremely excited to have been awarded the 2022 Ontario Winter Games to take place here in Renfrew County.
Yeah, what's your role in this?
My role right now is kind of just a local business owner involved with the Tourist Association here in the Ottawa Valley, avid sports fan, and promoter of all things Renfrew County.
What business do you own?
I own the Square Timber Brewing Company, a small craft brewery here in just outside of Pembroke.
Well, that certainly seems to go hand in hand with the sporting event.
Well, it is the youth games.
So tell me about the games. What's involved?
It's a huge undertaking. Games, I've been around for a while now, and there's, athletes and coaches and officials and family and friends, and we'll be taking over venues pretty much across the county for all the various sports. There's 28 sports involved, 3,500 athletes. So we'll be taking over venues from Deep River, Pembroke, Arnprior, all the way to the west end of Ottawa. So it's a massive undertaking, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
So this actually will spread outside of Renfrew County.
It'll spill over into the city, into Ottawa for some venues and accommodations as well. We're probably expecting 6,000 people or so we'll have to find room for them all, but we're looking forward to it.
6,000 people. Who's included in that?
Well, you'll be looking at the athletes, coaches, officials, families, and just spectators, from around the province, and obviously people from the valley here as well.
Unlike the Olympics, I'm sure you can't build, being a rural county, you can't build an athlete's village. Where are all these people going to stay?
Well, they'll be all put up in hotels from, Deep River all the way through to the west end of Ottawa. Depending on where their sports are located, they'll be kind of, clumped into various smaller regions where people will be staying.
Are you actually having to build anything or develop any sites as part of putting on these games?
No, all the venues are already pre-existing. Some may need some minor upgrades, and again, venues haven't actually been decided yet. So there's a list of all the potentials. Some have been queued up and others haven't yet. So that announcement will be coming, in the weeks and months to come. But all venues are already existing. So let's say, for example, the curling. Well, there's already curling clubs through the valley. It will depend on how many they need to get all of the games in. Well,
you've got a lot of arenas. What about outdoor sports? What are some of the venues for those?
Well, the outdoor sports, a lot of them will be at Calabogie Peaks. That'll be all the skiing events, and so a lot of the outdoor events will be, in that area. It's a great facility there. Obviously, have accommodations as well. So, Calabogie Peaks will be a star in the whole event.
Is there a risk involved here for not only Renfrew County in 2022, but any county that has taken this on or will in the future? Is that a concern?
I don't believe so, because it is funded primarily by the province, and there is a requirement that a legacy fund is created during that year. I know, for example, the Barrie had, I believe in their 2018, had a legacy project in the $150,000 to $200,000 range, where then they use those funds to, fund other activities in the youth sports. So we'll be doing the same here as well. I think the risk is not doing it, because it's such an amazing opportunity for not only for us to provide for our young athletes, but also to show the rest of the province and our country what we can offer here in Renfrew County.
So yeah, well, maybe the only risk is getting it together. Getting the work done, because there's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work, yeah, but we're ready for it.
Yeah. So you mentioned, showing off Renfrew County, showing people who maybe don't know much about Renfrew County, not only what you have to offer on the sports front, but elsewhere as well. What are you hoping for?
Well, we're hoping to attract visitors, directly associated with the games. The Ottawa Valley, Renfrew County, we're pretty well known for our outdoor activities and things to do outside. Obviously, the summertime in the Ottawa River is a huge attraction for whitewater kayakers and rafters, and the Ottawa Valley Trail, which is recreation trail that goes right through the county, through the city of Pembroke, Algonquin Trail, etc. It's a key component to our tourism attractors. There's lots to show off here in the county.
I think the last games, or actually the games that were supposed to go this year were canceled because of COVID. What about the COVID factor?
I mean, that's always something that the committee will have to keep an eye on. I think a lot will depend on the vaccine rollouts here in the province over the next few months. But we can't really, stop the organization of it and wait to see what happens. We're just going to push ahead and, keep the preparations on track. And then, a decision will have to be made at a later point. I don't really remember when they were canceled for last year, but we're going on the assumption that we'll be in the clear by the fall for sure.
You're a businessman, a brewery owner, a Square Timber brewery. Is the business community and others in the community looking at this as a post-COVID boost, getting these games?
Oh, I think so. I mean, it would be just by coincidence that that's when we get the games. It's going to be a post-COVID situation. But I know the business community and the community in general is starving for some good news. And, we're going to limp through this winter. And then by the time next winter comes, everybody's going to be pretty hungry for some good news, for some good business, for great visitors to come and enjoy the games here.
Mark, what can the public expect from these games? Can I get in my car, drive to Renfrew County, and buy a ticket and watch the games?
Yeah, the venues will be scattered from Deep River, Pembroke, Eganville, Petawawa, all over the county, and people will be able to come up and enjoy the sports, depending on what type of venue it is. But yeah, we'll be very much looking forward for outsiders and fans of sports and winter sports and youth sports to come and enjoy our games.
This, we talked about hospitality, accommodation, and so on. What is it about the people of Renfrew County that prepares them to welcome a significant number of people from outside for these games?
Well, we are pretty well known for our welcoming and warm spirit here in the Valley. We were host to the International Plowing Match back in the 90s, and that in itself is a monumental undertaking, and it was received from the general public with great excitement, and that's a long time ago, but we can definitely build on that feeling of how the community felt when that thing came off as well as it did. And we still get referred to that year when we had the plowing match. We still have people that are volunteers because they started their volunteerism at the plowing match. Same thing for businesses. They remember when that happened here, how great it was for our area. And so that's where we'll get the buy-in from the businesses as well, the business community. And, we're strong and hard workers here in the Valley. And we have a huge volunteer spirit in the Valley. And we're pretty confident that we won't have trouble finding all the ones we need to do the work.
Is the county buzzing about this yet?
Well, it's still a pretty recent announcement. So people are just starting to kind of get the feel of it. I'm sure current COVID conditions probably have some people wondering, is it really going to happen because it got canceled last year? So there might be some trepidation out there, but as we go forward, when venues get announced and when the committee gets kind of filled out, we'll be talking about, people will be wondering where the opening ceremonies might be and who might be involved, and there'll be lots of excitement moving forward.
Well, let's hope, Mark, you got a winter somewhat like this winter for your outdoor activities during these games, because looking pretty good out there.
Yes, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah. All right. You know what, Mark? From everything you've told me, you should probably be doing something other than talking to me. Sitting here, you probably got work to do.
I left my lunch hour, so
you got these games to help organize, and you've got a brewery to run. So I should probably let you go.
We have some quality control work to do this afternoon in the brewery.
I bet you I know what that means. All right. Well, look.
It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, appreciate you talking to us, and good luck with the games, and congratulations, by the way. It sounds like a real feather in Renfrew County's cap for sure.
Well, thank you very much. We're pretty proud of having been selected, and we're excited. It's going to be a lot of work and a tough job to get it all done, but we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to having everybody come to Renfrew County next year.